Okay, so good morning. Today we're gonna do the air brakes, the in-cab and an automatic for class A, but I also am gonna explain for class B because I have people asking me about class B and automatic, how to do the apply the leakage test at DMB. Okay, so today we're gonna do both. This is set already for class A because I have a trailer on me, but I am also gonna explain class B also. So the first thing before I get in the truck, I made sure that I check my wheels outside so the vehicle will not roll because it's automatic. Okay, so that's the first step. Again, using the 3 points of contact getting into the truck. Okay, so the first thing I always tell everybody to feel comfortable in the truck. Adjust your seat, adjust the mirrors, make sure you see the trailer on both sides. Okay, and obviously know the truck. Okay, know the gauges, at least the air, the oil, the water, all the brakes that you need, the defroster, the wipers. Okay, so I'm gonna go in order. So I like to break the in-cab inspection in 3 steps. I like to do the floor or the bottom, dash, windows in 3 steps. Again, floor, dash, windows. If you always do this in this order, you will never forget, and there's no way you can fail the inspection of the DMB. Okay, so first, obviously, seat belt. Make sure it's in good condition. Okay, always state the condition. If you state 3 steps on each component, there's no way you can fail the inspection. Again, name the component, seat belt. Okay, state the connection, how is attached or connected to the vehicle, and the condition. When or why would you replace this specific component? Okay, in this case it's in good condition, not ripped or torn. It latches and unlatches. Okay, the floor, I have the emergency equipment, which we have to have on the side compartment. 3 reflective triangles, fully charged, up to date, properly rated. Okay, and the spare fuses and the glove bags, and also we have wait, I said triangles. That's the fire extinguisher, properly rated, fully charged, and up to date, and the 3 reflector triangles in good condition. Okay, obviously. Okay, so for the floor, I'm gonna jump into the dash using my safe start, doing my safe start, turning my ignition on first. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna get these warning lights over here. Wait for those lights to go off. Obviously, the brakes are set. Okay, now I can start the engine. Okay, I can start the engine. The first thing I want to check is make sure the oil pressure gauge is rising within 3 and 5 seconds, which went up already. The water temperature should begin to rise gradually. Okay, I see the voltage meter right here is working between 12 and 15. It's at 13.9 right now, so it's good. And my air pressure gauge, the primary and secondary gauge, I will be using the primary gauge for testing purposes. Okay, the needle is moving up, so it's building pressure, which is good. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so since I'm reading these gauges already, I'm gonna go to the air brakes already. There is no more cut out, no more cut in to do at the DMB. So all we have to do, I'm waiting for the pressure to build all the way to cut out in order to do my applied air leakage test. I have 3 different tests to do: applied air leakage test, low pressure warning test, and spring brake test. Okay, so I'm waiting for my pressure to build up all the way up. Remember, this is an automatic. I want to do it first for class A, and then I'm going to explain for class B. Okay, always looking at the gauge, waiting for cutout. You don't have to read the gauge. But you have to let them know that the system is fully charged. Make sure the needle is not moving at all. Okay, so the gauge looks about 137 psi. Okay, 137 psi, which is no more than 140, so it's good. Okay, you don't have to read these numbers, but just making sure it's not over 140, which is the cutout. All you have to do is tell the examiner, okay, my system is fully charged, cutout position, okay. Then I'm gonna proceed for my applied air leakage test. Remember, I have my wheels chucked outside, so the vehicle should be, secure from running. So I'm gonna turn the engine off. Then I'm gonna turn the ignition back on so I can read the gauges. If I was doing Class B, obviously I would have no trailer, so my wheels are chucked. I will release my brakes, my parking brake, okay, and let the air settle down. Take your time. This is the most important step. Later I'm gonna do another video explaining why we do all these steps, what happens when you're driving on the road. Okay, so the gauge is right up one. Okay, I'm not gonna read it yet. I'm gonna step on the brake. If this was Class B, this is what you do. Then proceed out with the wheels chucked outside. But I have a Class A, so I'm gonna release the trailer brake also. Okay, so again, I'm gonna step on the brake, let the air settle down again. The gauge, take your time. The gauge is about 107 psi. Okay, I'm gonna begin my test now and time it for 1 minute. Okay, so he has the time over here. I can lose no more than 4 psi for this combination vehicle. If it was Class B, that would be 3 psi. Okay, looking good. No leaks at all. And then my instructor, he's watching me from outside. Okay. All right. Always make sure you go a little over a minute to make sure the examiner catches up to the timer, to the 1 minute, because in some DMVs they have failed people because they do 59 seconds. So make sure you do a full minute. So it's over. My pressure is it's still at 107, so no pressure lost. So this is a good test. Okay, now I'm gonna release my brakes. Next, I'm gonna do my low air pressure warning test. In between 55 and 75 psi, I'm gonna get my warning device, light and buzzer. Okay, so I'm gonna find the brakes. Again, look at the primary gauge. Okay, right at 65. I did get the warning light and buzzer is on, so it's within the range of 55 and 75, so it's good. This is a good test. Now I'm gonna continue for my spring brake test. I'm looking for my trailer. For Class A, trailer first and then parking brake. If it was Class B, obviously use the parking brake. Okay, between 20 and 45 psi on the dash. Okay, right at about 30 psi, I did get both valves pop out, the parking and the trailer. Okay, right now it's at 20, but it was at 30 psi when they popped out, so it's in between, within the range of 20 and 45 psi. So this is a good test. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna turn my key off, take the key with me. I'm gonna go out and remove my trucks to do my next test. Okay. Okay, so after you remove your trucks outside, get in the truck again, let the examiner know. Again, don't forget the seat belt again. Okay, then I'm gonna do another safe start. My brakes are on again, so lights, dash, wait. Then I'm gonna build my pressure. To cut out again so I can perform my service brake test. Okay, so now meantime I'm gonna continue with my in-cab inspection. I'm done with this box right here with the gauges over here, so I'm gonna continue with other controls. I'm gonna check my defroster and heater. I can hear and feel the air. There it goes. Okay, the defroster, the heater. Okay, it's working. Okay, now I'm gonna continue to my forward flasher lights. And the dash is working. Okay, turn it off, go all the way across on the other side. I have my headlights over here. Turn them on. Check my high beam indicator in the dash. It's working. Over here, I'm checking my left signal indicator in the dash. It's working. My right hand signal on the dash is working right here. Since I'm checking the signals lights over here, I'm gonna check my washer fluid, make sure it works along with my wipers, obviously. Okay, there it goes. Okay, it's working. You can see the wipers, the blades are flush against the window. There's no damage in it. They're in good condition. Okay. All right, now I'm coming to my steering wheel. Okay, I have my electric horn. It's working properly. From here, I'm gonna jump to this area, which is gonna cover the windows. I have my air horn. It's working properly. Okay. Now my windows. I'm looking to my windshield. Make sure it's properly sealed. It's not leaking. It's clean. No illegal stickers. No stray cracks longer than 4 inches. No rock chips bigger than the size of a quarter. So we're good. Okay. The mirrors are properly adjusted. They're clean. The brackets to the side, they're secure. The windows, I mean the mirrors, they're clean also. No illegal stickers. They're not cracked or broken. And properly adjusted to me. Okay, and that covers my in-cab inspection. Okay, so now I'm waiting for my air pressure to build up so I can perform my service brake test and my tug test. Remember, at this point I already removed my trucks outside. Okay, I'm gonna be testing 3 different brakes. I'm gonna be testing the service brake, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Service brake, trailer, then parking, in that order, so you don't forget. So on the service brake, I had one person asking me or commenting on one of the videos saying that when I do the service brake test, I should let my hands off of the steering wheel. The book doesn't say that. I know most of the schools, that's what they do. But let me ask you this, when you're driving, when you come to a stop, you never take your hands off of the steering wheel when you brake. And also when you brake, if you hold, instead you hold the steering wheel harder so you keep control. If something happens, if the steering wheel pulls to the left or right, you can at least control the steering wheel. I will never take my hands off of the steering wheel when I brake when I'm driving. That's completely unsafe. And also, if you take your hands off of the steering wheel, you cannot feel anything on the steering wheel. You have to feel it. You have to feel any unusual braking, delaying, stopping action, or anything you can feel on the steering wheel. Okay, so my system is fully charged already. So now I'm gonna proceed with my service brake test. Okay, I'm gonna release my brakes. Then I'm gonna roll forward, then come to a stop. Okay, I'm holding my steering wheel so I get to feel anything on the steering wheel. If I take my hands off, I won't be able to feel anything on the if it pulls to one side. Okay. Okay, in a straight line, then come to a smooth stop. Okay, I did not feel any unusual feel on my steering wheel. It stopped in a straight line, did not pull left or right. Okay, so it's good. Now I'm gonna check my trailer brake. Trailer air supply. Okay, my trailer brake is on. So again, I'm gonna try to move forward. Okay, the trailer is holding, so it's good. I'm gonna apply the parking brake. Release my trailer, then test my parking brake. Same thing. Trying to move forward. Okay. 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 It's not moving at all, so it's good. Okay, so now I'm gonna set my brakes, and that should conclude my inspection.